everybody's heading home. The long weekend is over. Time to go back to the grind. We've still got a few days though. I'm glad we're not going that way right now.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of these folks are from Alberta themselves, perhaps the big city, but there's going to be folks possibly even from other provinces heading back to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, hey, that works out good for us because, I mean, a lot of the Crown land places have been absolutely packed. It's great to see so many people getting out camping, but, oh, wow, that goes back really far. I can't even see the end of the line.
Yep.
But selfishly, that works out good for us because then there'll be more spots for us.
Yeah. You know, some of these might not even been stopped in the past. Some of these people might be coming back from BC.
Yeah, there were a lot of people going out to BC too, so... Oh well, glad people were getting out and having fun. For some campers too, this is like the last bit of camping they do for the year.
Yeah,
this is the last camp.
Yeah, one last hurrah before they need to worry about their kids starting school again, or the weather.
Yeah.
The weather finally going a bit more sour than they'd like. Need to winterize their stuff and put it in storage.
Oh man.
Yeesh.
Oh, I think we see the end of the line now.
Nope.
Wait. Nope.
No.
It continues. Well, we're back at the Crowsnest Lake pullout. Very smoky in the pass today. And as you can see, the line of long weekenders slowly trundling back home is just endless. So I'm really glad that we were coming the opposite way. Now we can just kind of wave goodbye to all of them as they leave.
What's kind of funny is that just due to Dustin's and my careers, we're not always very aware of the significance of the date. We go to work, we come back, we're open weekends and holidays no matter what we do. So yeah. We realized there was a lot of tourists, and we were like, oh yeah, it's the end of summer, and then we realized it's the long weekend. Thankfully, we realized that before this day, and now that it's Monday and everybody else who works on Monday to Friday with only holidays off is heading home, and we're sitting here going, whoops.
Yeah, it's funny being a shift worker. Like I do 4 on, 4 off, plus some overtime here and there. And yeah, the days kind of lose meaning. Like it'll be like sometimes it'll be like Friday and everyone's like, woo, it's Friday. I'm like, yeah, good for you, it's my Monday. But then I hit Monday and everyone's like, oh, it's Monday. And I'm like, well, it's my Friday. Payback.
And I'm one of those workers that takes up the slack. So if everybody else is taking the weekend off or the holidays off, if I'm available, guess who fills in? Yeah. So we were just over in Blairmore on the eastern side of the Crowsnest Pass, and it was raining. But over here on the west, closer to the BC border, it looks like the rain hasn't quite gotten over here. So I think this will be a good time to grab what we want to take to the back, and we will get in the back and prepare to weather the storm. Literally. Hopefully not an absolute storm. I would dearly love for the wind not to be so hard that we can relax but leave the back open to enjoy the fresh air and the sounds of traffic, but also the sounds of the lake. And I'm really hoping, as per the weather report, that it'll clear up tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be a bit cloudy and overcast tomorrow, but I mean, Southern Alberta, wait 5 minutes and it'll change. We've got a bunch of stuff planned for our remaining days in our Crowsnest Pass trip, but yeah, for today, let's jump in the back and we'll enjoy a nice rainy day in the rig. Whoa, that wind's getting a little nippy, a little wild. And the lineup of long weekenders continues. Too funny. All right, let's start loading stuff up into the back here. There we go. Home sweet home. Need help with anything, babe? I was trying to ask you, I completely forgot to see if Walmart had the sparkling ice that you like. So there's one last Gatorade Zero for you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we can take that to the back with us too. Makes me happy they think of people like me. Okay, I just went to use the bathroom and the rain is starting to come down over here. So, time to return to base where it's warm and dry. I'm kind of hoping the wind and the rain will get rid of some of the smoke too. We've had a lot of smoke rolling in from the British Columbia fires. So hopefully that'll help get rid of some of the smoke conditions. Okay, doors are locked. And fridge is still on. Excellent. Oh. Well, I got back to the rig just in time. The rain is coming down real good. Before every bigger trip, I always wish for at least one day of rain like this, or night of rain, and it looks like wish granted, that's what we're getting. So we're just gonna cozy up back here and just wait out the rain, enjoy it from the warmth and safety of our little home away from home. You enjoying the rain, babe?
Yeah, I mean, your view over the lake on your side's probably better, but you can see the rain just being blown in sheets across this near empty parking lot, and I get to laugh at all the weekend warriors heading home.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to turn the camera off for now and just enjoy being in the moment here. We've got some other stuff to talk about, and I'm sure some other things we'll find to do in the rig. And hopefully the rain does let up, because we've got some exciting things planned for our remaining days in the Crowsnest Pass. Rita and I have just been chilling out in the rig, waiting out the rain. We're at the point where the rain has kind of died off, but it's supposed to intensify again later this evening. And as you can see, the long line of people coming down the road, congesting the highway, has ended. The long weekenders have more or less departed, with some stragglers following behind. So we're hoping to get out for some more adventures tomorrow, but for now dinner is just going to be very simple. The temperature has dropped quite a bit, and it is supposed to continue dropping tonight. So I've got some deli meat for sandwiches. Rita picked up some rye bread, and we've got some soup as well too. So we're going to be doing just a very simple dinner inside the rig. And the Jackery is sitting at 46%. I have been trying to throw the panels out when I can, but today, as you can see, just has not been a good day for that. And the fridge is doing just fine. With how cold it's getting tonight, the Jackery, the only thing that's plugged into the Jackery right now is the fridge. So the Jackery and the fridge should not have to work too hard. So let's see what we got in here. I think I'll take some berries to the back. That sounds nice. And since we're gonna do some sandwiches, let's go ahead and grab some sandwich cheese. We're not gonna use all that cheese, but I'll just bring it back to the fridge when we're done. All right, I got one of my beloved slippers in there. Back's open, you've got your window wide open. So we got lots of ventilation. And this tank's got a lot of fuel in it, so we shouldn't have to worry about the flame going kind of erratic and dancing around when the tank is almost done. I've probably mentioned that in a prior video. I can't remember, just in case I haven't. If you are doing something like this, take the precautions. Don't use a tank that's like on its last legs, because the flame can get a little wild. Not good if you're inside an enclosed space. Okay, I've got a pillow for my back, just sitting watching. I still gotta scrape off the stuff from the tote lid there. For anybody watching wondering what that is, when I was on my BC trip, I was cooking in the back here, and I didn't realize there was still some of the, you know, with the Baby Bell cheese, it's got like that wax cover around it. I didn't realize I had some of that on the tote, and I set a hot pan on it and then it melted. So I got to go over that with, like, you know, a really good washcloth, some strong soap, and probably something sharp to scrape that off. So that's what that is, just in case you're wondering. Well, with the weather being the way it's been today, babe, this is a nice little alternative, eh?
Yeah, it was certainly nice to just listen to the rain on the rooftop. It wasn't a thunderous downpour or anything, but I'd hate to be one of those poor saps who was actively driving through the mountains in that. I'd
hate to be one of those poor saps that was stuck in that, like, never-ending centipede of traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... yeah, no thanks. I guess another do as I say, not as I do moment. I got the heat a little too close to the Reflectix. You can see that it started to warp it a little bit. So I just opened the back door a little bit. Thankfully the rain's not coming down too hard. Once we get this water boiled and I can turn this off, I'll get the back closed. Slightly warped Reflectix back there aside, it's really nice to have this as an option as long as you do it safely. For when it's really chilly outside, this is a great option for winter camping. I never do anything super complicated back here. I always make sure it's a pretty easy meal, like soup, or, you know, I like my steak medium rare, so I might do just like a thin cut of steak and some veggies or something. Nothing like super gourmet or anything, just something nice and simple that we can do back here without setting our home on fire. And go figure. The one thing I forgot to grab was a spoon. I was almost 100% prepared. So Rita's being kind enough to just go up to the cab super quick, grab a spoon so I can stir this around, and then we're probably just gonna take turns sipping it out of the pot, because that's what couples do. So truth be told, I haven't really done this heat something up inside the rig with the single burner a lot. So that's definitely a good thing to be aware of, how the heat impacts the Reflectix, live and learn. And then of course the moisture that's caused by the steam. That's where like the little pocket rocket stove is almost a little better for this. Like you gotta babysit stuff a little more, but it sits lower, so you don't have that flame as close to the Reflectix. You still have the steam, but not as, yeah, it's just not up as high as this guy here. Here you go, just for the rest of the deli meat, eh?
Yeah, I'm not letting you eat an entire package of deli meat on your own in one sitting.
That's probably for the best.
And I'm saying letting you because I know you've done it when I haven't been there to supervise you.
I find those allegations to be troubling.
But true. Does the truth hurt, Dustin?
Sorry, can you speak up? I was sipping soup. How's the first few bites of that sandwich there, babe?
Could use a woman's touch, but you brought the ingredients to the back, so...
You made the sandwich.
You didn't bring me mustard or vegetables or the other salamis?
Okay, so I forgot the spoon, the mustard. What else did I forget?
The salami, the lettuce, a spare bowl for me to drink out of, so we have to drink out of one pot. Another spoon so that I wouldn't have to wait.
This is like that test I studied for in high school, and there were many of those. And I'm like, I got this. I got this. We're going to do this. This is going to be the one. Oh, dear. Well, that one and my fridge are never meeting.
Don't worry, Dustin. You insisted that you were going to cook today. You've proved your mettle. I'll cook the next couple of times, okay?
Well, it's kind of been rainy and gross and cold outside. I figured this was a good alternative.
I offered to cook on the tailgate. I wanted to make you fried chicken, and you turned that down.
Excuse me, princess.
You turned down fried chicken, people.
We'll do it when the weather clears up. Why you gotta be like that?
Fried chicken, people.
Is that my sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
I just can't win. I try to find creative and innovative ways to do things. And here I am, some weirdo in the back of a truck, drowning his sorrows in soup and sandwich.
You could have had fried chicken.
Okay, we'll be winding down for bed here pretty quick. Before we do though, one thing I want to touch on that we did today. Now, as I explain this is just a temporary little fix until we can do something more permanent at home. So one thing that we've had with our T-locks, if you look closely here, we got what's called a mending plate and added it on as an extension for our T-lock. And it's just held on there very securely with some very tightly wrapped T-Rex tape. Now, the reason we put that on is when our T-lock piece was coming down, with excessive use, this frame piece over here, it's wearing away and starting to kind of degrade. The T-lock wasn't really catching as well, and this piece here, when you pushed on it or pulled on it from outside, it would just pop right open. Like if you look really closely, trying to get the best visibility there, you can kind of see, sorry, it might not be the best view, but you can kind of see that the T-lock there, like the piece that's not the extension there, it's just slipping the frame. So that was kind of concerning us from a security standpoint. We did one on the other side as well too. So the plan is when we get home, what we're probably going to do is add in something a little more permanent, like a screw or some kind of a nut and bolt kind of thing to hold that together, just to add as an extender. Because I mean, canopies, like if somebody really wants it in here, there's numerous ways they can get in. Hopefully we don't ever have to deal with that, but I just feel a bit better having this extender piece on here, just so that if somebody does, like let's say we're sleeping tonight, somebody does come and tug on the canopy, they've at least got a like reef on it pretty good to have this piece bypass the frame. And we did make sure to add the extension on the inner side of the T-lock, because if we'd added it on the outer side facing out that way, then this would not be able to bypass the frame. It would have they would have clashed with each other. So just having it in here, I'm pretty satisfied with that as a temporary little fix. So when we get home, we'll rip that tape off. We'll come up with something a little more permanent and see how that works for us. Otherwise, T-locks are the same. We can still put the security stick on, and yeah, good on that front. But that temperature is dropping and I really want to get underneath a blanket. So as I lean against Rita's legs and use them as actually quite a phenomenal backrest, babe, this is pretty comfortable. I'm gonna bid you all good night, and we'll see y'all in the morning. It's supposed to rain a little more as Rita gives me bunny ears. It's supposed to rain a little more tonight. Hopefully it'll clear up tomorrow. We've got some exciting stuff planned for the remaining days in the pass. Just hopefully the weather is agreeable. Okay, we'll see y'all in the morning, folks. Stay classy and stuff. Good morning, everyone. Still some scattered clouds, but the rain has stopped. The smoke conditions are much better now. The rain and the wind definitely helped to clear that up. And Rita and I are about to get on the road. Well, Rita and I had a fantastic sleep and a good couple of down days just with the weather, waiting out the rain and everything. I'm feeling super refreshed, recharged. How about you, babe?
I wouldn't say super refreshed and recharged, but yeah.
Rita's feeling moderately refreshed and recharged. So with our remaining days in the Crowsnest Pass, we've still got a laundry list of things to do. We're gonna be getting out and going on some more adventures starting today. Stay classy, my friends. We will see you all in the next video.